1 week ago, instead of doing my homework, I watched The Goonies. A week before that, instead of doing my homework, I watched Monsters, Inc. And a week before that, I watched National Treasure. The list goes on. I watched all of these instead of doing my homework. You know, if I showed you my Power School, you'd be able to tell from just that, too. Now, recently, I was looking back at the movies I just watched, and I started to notice a pattern. Sure, I like to watch movies, and I definitely love to procrastinate, but I noticed a current resurgence in me rewatching movies that I watched specifically when I was younger, and I didn't know why that was. Right now, I want to do a little bit of an audience poll right now. Raise your hand if you've ever rewatched a show. All right. Now, keep your hand raised if you've ever rewatched said show multiple times. Yeah, we've all been there. Let me guess. Friends, Gilmore Girls, The Simpsons. Yeah. It's not just shows, but also books, music, games, or in my case, movies. And sometimes these pieces of comfort media can trace all the way back to our childhood or larger past in general. Sometimes these pieces of comfort media are comfort media partly due to nostalgia. Cool word, isn't it? Nostalgia. We all know what it is, and while we all have different versions of it, we all like it. I mean, come on, it's nostalgia. For an official definition, according to Oxford Languages and Google, nostalgia is a sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations. Now, like I said, we all have our own versions of it. We all have our own movies that are specifically nostalgic to us. I mean, no wonder Hollywood has been trying to make all these reboots, remakes, and reunions. They're trying to cash in on your nostalgia. And it works. Raise your hand if you've seen one of these, if not more than one of these movies. Yeah, all of these made more than $1 billion at the box office. If you were to take a deeper dive into it, though, the psychological effects of nostalgia and the role it plays in our lives is pretty cool, too. Very Well Mind states that in 1688, the word nostalgia was created by a Swiss physician named Johannes Hofer. That's a good-looking man right there. The fun part is, he considered it as a neurological illness, but it is far from that. According to Frontiers and the American Psychological Association, studies show that when individuals experience nostalgia, it motivates them. It brings them hope and optimism for the future. People turn to nostalgia when they need it. According to Harvard Business Review, quote, when people are nostalgic, it's usually due to them being distressed or down in some way. Common psychological triggers of nostalgia include sadness, loneliness, meaninglessness, uncertainty, and boredom. People turn to nostalgia as an escape, a feeling to cope, motivate, and in my opinion, restore. So that's when I ask myself, that's weird. Why am I revisiting all these movies from my childhood right now? Is there some sort of deep, subconscious psychological reason for all this? And then it clicked. I realized that I've been doing this because in a couple months, I leave for college. I myself am heading towards an uncertain future, so it makes sense that I'm falling back on all these childhood memories without even realizing the reason for doing so. And you know what? It's helped me. Revisiting these movies have not only brought me extreme joy, but it's also helped me revisit my past and my favorite parts of my childhood. It's made me excited for the next chapter in my life where I can go and make new memories. So I'm here today to tell you all that you should do the same. Audience, level with me for a second. Next time you feel stressed or life feels uneasy, I dare you to go revisit something that you used to love from your childhood. And no, I'm not saying you have to rewatch National Treasure for the 17th time, although that is a great movie. Go revisit something you used to love watching, love listening to, or love playing. Who knows what that is for you? It could be Seinfeld. Yeah. Or, you could search for a now rare arcade machine to play some tabletop Mrs. Pac-Man. Parents, show your kids Ferris Bueller's Day Off for the first time. I hear it has a great use of classical music. Students, go rewatch an episode of Phineas and Ferb. Love that show. Do that because revisiting these things is a great reflection of your past. I mean, the origin of the word nostalgia literally means homesickness. It comes from the Greek word nostos, meaning homecoming, and algos, meaning pain, coming together to make homesickness. So, in conclusion, revisit something from your past soon, because I have a feeling it'll make you smile. Thank you.